Alaska Airlines no longer has an order for 30 Airbus A320neo aircraft on the books. At the start of the month, Airbus released its updated orders and deliveries numbers of October, with no A320neo orders recorded for Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines previously had an order for 30 A320neos on its books. The airline had never taken delivery of a single plane from this order, as it wanted to move to a more streamlined fleet centered around the Boeing 737 MAX fleet. However, it had maintained the order for quite some time before finally now making its cancellation public through Airbus's most recent orders report. Furthermore, in a quarterly filing released on Thursday, Alaska Airlines detailed its order book as consisting only of 74 firm Boeing 737 MAX 9s and 12 firm Embraer E175s. The airline had previously listed the A320neo as part of its order book, which is now absent in line with Airbus's own reporting. Although Alaska Airlines has been a long-time 737 operator, it inherited an order for 30 Airbus A320neo aircraft when it acquired Virgin America. While the two airlines had complementary route networks, it became clear that the fleet would be a problem. Alaska Airlines had an all-Boeing fleet, while Virgin America had an all-Airbus fleet. Until 2020 hit, Alaska Airlines was operating a mixed fleet. It did not have enough Boeing aircraft in order to officially announce retirement dates for the Airbus A320 fleet, and the grounding of the Boeing 737 MAX clouded some of that planning. Boeing was a financial supporter of the Virgin America acquisition as well. In a report in the Seattle Times, former CEO of Boeing Commercial Airplanes Ray Connor stated that Boeing had provided Alaska a $400 million loan secured by Alaska's existing 737 MAX commitments. The relationship between Alaska and Boeing was quite strong. The slogan, "Proudly All Boeing," was also plastered at the nose of its Boeing mainline fleet. Up until recently, the Airbus orders remained on the books, but the carrier defined them as a quote-unquote cancelable order. The first of these aircraft had been scheduled for delivery starting in 2024. However, it became evident in December 2020 that Alaska would not be taking on any of these aircraft. The airline first started its real transition back to an all-Boeing fleet in November of 2020, when it announced a new transaction that would lead to the swap of 10 Airbus A320ceos from Alaska's fleet in favor of leases for 13 new Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircraft from Air Lease Corporation. The next month, Alaska also announced an upsize of its Boeing 737 MAX order to total 68 new aircraft. This included the 737 MAX leases announced in November 2020. At that time, Alaska Airlines also announced it would accelerate its Airbus retirements, so all of those aircraft would exit the fleet by 2023, all in favor of the 737 MAX. Maintaining the Airbus A320neo order book had some competitive advantage for Alaska. If Boeing was somehow unable to fulfill its fleet needs, it could look to Airbus to renegotiate a price that would keep Alaska flying a mixed fleet without taking on the added cost pressures. Ultimately, Alaska and Boeing reached agreements that worked, so it became clear the Airbus deal would not last. The one Airbus type that will stay in Alaska's fleet for at least the next few years are the Airbus A321neos. Alaska has 10 of these planes in its fleet with no clear way to get them out. For now, Alaska will keep them flying, but without the A320neo on the books, Alaska is further stressing its preference for Boeing narrow-bodies. What do you think of Alaska Airlines' decision to cancel its order? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you go.